Figma is like a prototype tool where you can build a prototype of the website you're trying to build. So it's not by prototype. What we mean is you have it's like a fake website. Doesn't work really, but when you press a button, it goes here. So the UX researcher focuses on understanding the user behavior and translating it into product improvements.
You need a strong background in systems engineering or software engineering.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our channel. It is your favorite tech sisters. My name is Nomfundo Ndala, and I go with my co-host.
Hi, everyone. I am Tobeka Shabalala. Welcome to this episode.
Welcome. If you are new here, we are Tech Sister, and we are a YouTube channel or podcast that aims to empower, motivate, and inform and educate people one episode at a time through tech, right? So today we have an interesting episode. So last week we spoke a little bit about last time.
Our previous episode.
We spoke a little bit about, breaking down the corporate jargon and, the things that are being said. So today we have different segments of stuff that we would like to share with you guys. So we will be discussing and talking about roles that, you could try and look into. We've spoken about different roles at the beginning of the year that, you might want to look into, but today we want to dive into a few of those roles and give you like the requirements that are required. This includes like the number of years and, the skills that you need for those roles. And then we will also be sharing some interesting events that will be happening soon that you might want to join, and certifications that you might want to take up. And we'll share also resources on how you can get those resources for free.
Some are for free though.
Yeah, some are for free, some you have to pay, but
And funny enough, going through like what we'll be diving into today, we actually have some tech jargon that we'll be going into. So
yeah, sorry, but yeah, let's get into it. So also we want to there's been like some confusion sometimes if you're applying for a job, right? And then it says like junior role, and then they looking for a number of experience.
Yes.
And then people get confused. It's like
Where am I gonna get the
it's an entry level role, but you guys are looking for me to have experience already. So we also just want to break down and explain the different roles. Is it roles? Levels. Yeah, levels of jobs and the requirements for you to be, maybe let's say sometimes other people call themselves seniors only to find out that maybe they're actually intermediates. So maybe we'll just iron out that confusion, right? Okay. So first one, obviously, like before you have to become a junior, chances are you'd be a grad. So this is, you would either be like maybe through an internship or a graduate program that you would join. Speaking of those, like there are a lot of graduate programs that are open right now. And again, October is peak recruitment season. Eh?
Seems like actually from now.
From now. Yeah, from
October,
now
yeah.
and all the way to October, November is peak recruitment season. So make sure you guys get your CVs ready. Recruiters are looking for people, to start the new year with new people. But yeah, it is peak recruitment season. We are looking for a recruiter or a career coach that will come in soon to give tips on how to fix your CVs, how to land a job, how to prepare for interviews and so on. But okay, moving right along. So grad program is when you're straight from varsity or you're straight from a boot camp or whatever you would have studied, from a college or school, whatever you would have studied, and you go into a grad program. So it can be a grad program, can be an internship. That is when you are still learning. Now you've learned the basics in varsity or school or whatever of programming or coding or business analysis, but now you're applying that knowledge in a real life scenario, in a real life world. So be it you work in telecommunications, banking, whatever the case may be, when you join a grad program, this is like the starting point for you to level up.
But just to correct that, right? So, I didn't go through grad
Yeah,
program.
well, you didn't, yeah. But not everyone.
So it's not a must to say that you must be into a grad program before you start like in a junior role, which is the one I'll get into soon. However, I find that it's really helpful to sort of kickstart a person in their role. So yeah.
However, it is good, but I've noticed that, especially for me, and because I love money, it's a financial drag. Like it pulls you back a little bit. Like if I had to join in a junior role, like start in a junior role,
you would have preferred that.
I would have preferred that financially, because but again, this is South Africa, and
yes, it's
the reality of how things are.
It's about choosing. Okay, it's a choice.
It is.
Is it the money first, or is it me getting like the proper basics before I start going for the money?
Yeah.
Or is it,
it depends per person, because
yes.
I've noticed that there's some people I've seen like on social media, some people are so adamant with the fact that they are looking for like, specific amount of money. It doesn't matter. And I've spoken to other people, even at work, I've spoken to people who said, look, you can put me in a grad program and give me 1 million, I don't care.
Okay, like it's about the money. Okay.
For some people, it's about the money. Some people, it's about the title. So each to their own.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
So anyway, we move on to the junior or entry level as well. So junior role will be your first part if you didn't go to your grad program. But if you went to a grad program, probably you then become permanent and you're now a junior, whatever, developer, data, what.
Yeah.
All right. So this could be a 1 to 3 year experience. And experience, again, it doesn't mean if you didn't start as a grad, that means you don't have the work experience. But now it means it's hands-on real projects. So the projects that you did at school, do you have a portfolio that you can show? Or are there personal projects that you've been doing that speak to this role that you want? There's also internships or freelance. Internships being grad programs or whatever. Did you start off as a grad and therefore that's your experience? And then, or did you freelance and create projects or whatever? So I think a note that I did make was not underestimating your portfolio of evidence, because yes, they might want 1 to 3 years. Maybe you just come out of varsity, but that portfolio of yours with your projects or a GitHub. I was attending some mentorship program, like get your GitHub ready with your projects. Then that's where you can show your skills, So yeah, and then in terms of education, I don't know if you're going into that, you probably need a degree or a relevant coding bootcamp.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after you become junior, this again also depends on some organizations.
Depends on your skills.
And organizations.
Yes.
Some organizations have an intermediate role, some don't. Maybe like in other organizations, they would call you a specialist if you're a senior. Other organizations would have like levels. Maybe they call you developer 1, developer 2, developer 3, and so on. So intermediate is you are good enough. You are more than good enough to be a junior, but you're not
quite senior
yet. So you're not senior. Your skills are not for senior level. That means you still need help from a senior dev, or senior person to say, I need help with this. How do I solve this? And a senior person, it's things that a senior person would know that you don't know yet, but you're too good, or you're good enough.
You can't be called a junior.
You can't be called a junior,
tester.
Exactly. So you're able to help juniors. Seniors are able to help you. So you're like in the middle of a junior and a senior. So you're working towards being a senior. Some organizations don't really have an intermediate role. Yeah, they don't differentiate. But yeah.
Also, it would be interesting to know that, is it like a linear path?
Ooh.
That would be interesting. I didn't check that.
But
Not
to
always.
be fair, it should. To be fair.
Depending on what, though.
Okay, if we are all working, and as people, we're not the same, right? There are people who are smarter than others, to be quite honest. There are people who are...
Even at school.
Exactly. There are people who are better programmers than others. And unless if, let's say, for example, right now, if they remember last time we spoke about it, we're not sure if organizations still actively do promotion.
That's
promotion.
another thing. That's
Yeah.
why should it
Exactly.
do?
But they do that thing where now you ask for yourself, like, guys, I've been here for 4 years, promote me. And they take out a senior role, and then everyone now in the team can apply. And then you, the one
Maybe
who asked,
you
you
don't
don't
get-
even get it anymore.
So yeah, so unfortunately, it's not linear and not for everyone. For some people, if they have the right support in terms of a manager, in terms of the people, coaching, mentorship, it can open up the doors, but it's not linear. So it means if you're a junior and you feel like, you know what, I think I'm intermediate now, you're probably going to need to apply for the role.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately, it's life.
It's a sad reality, but
It's
then
part
you
of
have to start
life.
again, prepare for interview and what have you. So
Yeah. But I mean, I guess it is what it is.
it is what it is. Alright.
Oh, sorry, the number of years.
Yes.
So you would be from a minimum of like 3 years
Okay.
for an intermediate role. Again, also, this is subject to change per
Also,
organization.
your tech skills.
Exactly. So your tech skills also matter. So, but like number of years to consider yourself, it'd be like 3 years minimum to maybe 5 to 6 years, somewhere there. Depends on the organization as well, yeah.
Yep. And then the senior role, the most coveted role by many people. So again, it's not about, yes, they would require some sort of years or they have that on the job description, but your expertise also comes to play, right?
Yeah.
So it's either you are, depending on the role, whether it's developer, data, I don't want to do too much segregation. They can either ask for 5 to 8 years, 5 to 10 years, or 5+ years. Again, depending on your expertise and what role you are applying for.
Okay.
So you need to be able to show that you understand what you work on every day. And then in terms of education, a relevant degree, so probably CS, if you are a tester or an architect, they probably need some sort of certification. And again, certification is an advantage in any role, whether junior, intermediate, or senior. If you have some sort of certification, you have a better advantage than someone who doesn't.
True.
But it's not a must. It's just an advantage.
It's not a must.
Yes.
But also for seniors, like sometimes you've worked with the senior and you're like,
I don't know if you should.
how did you get this role?
Well, that's one is also a contentious issue. It's
Yeah,
like,
because I think as much as we have to look at the number of years, but we also have to look at the skills, guys. No,
you have to. You
'Cause
have to.
as a junior or as an intermediate, we look up to seniors so much, and I know it puts a lot of pressure on seniors because they don't know everything. But I think it's how you solve a problem.
Yes. Or if I come to you, are you helping me in the direction to solve the problem? You might
Yes.
not have the answer.
Yes, and
but
you
are
don't have to have the
helping me?
answer all the time.
Yes.
But it's just like how you solve the problem. I guess not everyone is a problem solver.
Also, they probably don't have all the skills needed.
I guess they just looked at the number of years.
Also, again, I need to they managed to get in the door with their CV and whatever they said in their interview. So
You never
we don't know.
You never know.
We don't know. So yeah.
After you'd become a senior, you'd most likely become a lead in your team, right? But a lead, I'd like to think that leads are same level as seniors. It's just that they have leadership skill. Some of them.
They have to then have an additional skill
Yes,
of
leading
people. And I think all of these soft skills, tech people, let's not forget the soft skills.
Exactly. They are very important.
Yes.
So I think that if you are lead, you would be same level as senior, like same number of years of experience, you have the same skills because but you just have an additional skill of one, people skill, communication skill, because you have to now delegate tasks. You have to be the middleman between the stakeholders or the business people and
the team. Sometimes you have
team.
people, yes, you might have a lead title and you have people who report to you as well.
So people are now looking up to you to say, look, if I have a problem, I come to you
What
first.
direction?
Exactly. So also you would engage with management and business people a lot. So I feel like some people don't want lead positions because it's just like, no, I don't want to be talking to people.
Oh, I don't want to lead people.
Yeah, like I
or-
don't. Also, it has a lot of admin work. You know, you have to draw up a budget and whatnot. Like you are part of. You're essentially going to become because before it's lead and then there's a manager.
There's a management role.
Yeah, so you're preparing yourself for an actual management role, and not to like downplay lead. You are like in a leadership
You're a
position.
manager.
Yeah, basically you're a manager, but you're probably leading like a smaller number of people. And most of the time, like leads lead based on specific expertise. And then manager, you have to have like a wide range of knowledge, business knowledge and whatnot. So you find that you are lead because you know what, you know C# so well. They made you lead for the whole team and you can communicate with people and so on. I think.
So there's also a misconception, right, about leads not touching code.
Oh,
So
yes.
that one is again dependent on the company and the role spec that you have, right? Because I don't know, you could touch code,
Yeah.
you could touch a little bit of it, or it's
Most of the time they still will do some work. 80%
depending
of
on the
organization, the structure of the team.
and
Yeah, but sometimes you still do, ne?
yeah, mostly
You
honestly.
still do.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the roles that you have in
The
different
levels.
those are different levels
The
that
levels.
you have. So in case maybe you've been in that role for 6 years and they call you a junior, it's time to go and check Dintang, what is happening, and go question them and say, actually guys, I've been here for 6 years. Okay. I think I'm senior enough.
Also, maybe it's time to pivot in your own career. Maybe you've been limiting yourself, thinking, okay, junior, kanti.
And I encourage people to pivot all the time.
Always.
Ask me.
I know.
Stand. All right. Okay. So now we're going to share these opportunities that we spoke about and the requirements that are required. The requirements that are required
The requirements for the role.
for the role.
All right. So we've now dealt with the number of years. Now, depending on what role, what do you need? So if you out there and you want to be a DevOps engineer, let's start there. So if you want to be a DevOps engineer, it's about bridging the gap between development and IT operations, and it is about automating and streamlining deployments. There's a word we use. So instead of for the requirements piece, right, you need CI/CD pipeline. We spoke about that last time. I hope you remember what it is. Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, Linux, AWS and Azure for cloud computing, or GCP. I don't know what's GCP, if I'm being honest.
I don't know.
And then in terms of the languages, again, not English and Afrikaans, your programming languages that you need Bash, Python, YAML. And then in terms of certification, it would be advantageous, or you need AWS certified DevOps engineer, Docker certified associate. And to be a DevOps engineer, they say you need 2 to 5 years in a system administration or developer role. So you need experience in another role before you can become a DevOps engineer, which speaks of pivoting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right. So the next role is a UX researcher. It's quite interesting.
I had not heard about this one until you actually researched.
There's a UX researcher. So funny enough, this is a role that you can have in tech. So similar to a UI UX design, but not same. So similar, but not the same. Okay.
What are the differences?
So
I'm interested.
the UX researcher focuses on understanding the user behavior and translating it into product improvements. So you see like how you would build a website and 80% of the time you're expecting the menu button to be here and what. So a UX researcher probably would have gone and said the human brain wants these colors, the human brain would like that and that and that. Because, okay, so the skills you would need are usability testing, persona creation. You should do surveys.
Acting, so much. Sorry.
Persona creation, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Surveys, so like you go and ask people, A/B testing and analytics. All right. And then the tools you would be looking at Figma. Figma is like it's given her a lot of trauma as a backend developer. But Figma is like a prototype tool where you can build a prototype of the website you're trying to build. So it's not by prototype, what we mean is you have it's like a fake website. Doesn't work really, but when you press a button, it goes here. So it's just to say this is what it does, and then from there, looking at that, you'd build. So it's like building a toy car, and then saying this is how the toy car works. It opens the door like this, and then you build an actual car, right? So, and then there's look back, Hotjar, and optimal workshop, and then background, psychology.
What?
Yes.
You're joking.
I'm not. Psychology. So if you study psychology, you might be successful in this role.
And maybe you've got an eye for design. Yeah?
Exactly. Or design or human-computer interaction. So human-computer interaction was a module that I did.
Also did a module.
Yeah, as part of computer science. So I remember they would like ask us which one makes sense, those kind of things. And experience, maybe 1 to 3 years in a row, but remember also it depends if you're applying for junior, intermediate, or senior role. But yeah. And also we have a UX UI designer coming up soon. So don't make sure that your notifications are on and you're subscribed to get more insight and how to get into this role.
Wow, it's interesting that psychology comes up.
Yep.
I wouldn't have expected that. And then moving on to a site reliability engineer. I'm going to say SRE for short.
Okay.
So the focus is keeping systems scalable. That's another word that we use. Scalability means it's easily changeable and so it's keeping systems scalable and reliable in a prod environment. So don't play around there if you're an SRE, right? So you need the skills of monitoring, incident response, fault tolerance, automation. And then in terms of tools, the only one I've heard of is Grafana.
Yeah.
There's Prometheus, Grafana, Terraform, or I've heard of Terraform, and Ansible.
Okay.
Those are tools, I believe, mostly I've only heard of them from a support engineer.
Yeah.
And then in terms of certification, Google has an SRE certification. It's the most preferred one, according to research. And then in terms of experience, you need a strong background in systems engineering or software engineering. So again, it's probably not one of those roles that you would get straight from school or study something and get into the role. You probably start off as a software engineer before you then transition or pivot into such a role.
Yeah. And also some roles are called like site reliability engineer, but you find in other organizations, they've given it a different name.
Is it? Okay.
Like, for example, I was a software engineer, but I was called a product engineer. So different.
Yes.
Depends on
where you are.
Yeah.
I wonder why they say product engineer versus software engineer, or is it because you are building products?
Probably. Oh, but remember, like there are products. Let's say, for example, if you work in investments, that's a product. If you work in, well, this I'm looking from a finance perspective. If you work in wealth, that's a product. If you work in not vehicle finance, that's a product.
That's a product. Maybe
so you
maybe
deal with a
that's why
specific product. So again, depends on the organization.
Product for a customer or product for a. All right, makes sense.
That makes sense. And then also some organizations, again, some roles, I do a little bit of automation or like monitoring and all of those things. So the role is like it
It's
depends
got
the
a bit.
organization.
So
Hey.
so basically, if you were to move into this role, you'd have an advantage because you've done
Yes.
bits and pieces of the role.
Yeah, you know, Skomata
Makes
says
sense.
yes.
Makes sense.
So, and then the next one is an RPA developer or a robotics process automation developer. So, it is automating business processes using bots. I've never heard of.
I've never seen this role.
I have seen the role, but
Okay.
I think I applied and then they gave me an
gave you what?
assessment and I didn't do it because I didn't understand. Like,
Is it because of the programming language?
I think, yeah, like, you know, when you look at something, you're just like, what am I
Okay,
supposed to be doing
okay.
here? So they gave me an assessment and I was like, I'm
So
not
you
going to
what,
even
you
do
like
it.
declined, or you just didn't?
I just
submit?
didn't do it. I just didn't submit. Because
It would
I
be
was lost.
interesting.
You know, when you are in a position, sometimes you just apply for anything you see.
So interesting facts. So like I said, I attended like a mentorship network session. Then one of the girls says she's doing a project, finally a project, which includes robotics, systems, and something else. It sounds interesting. She even said this, and she's like, it sounds interesting, but I'm still trying to figure it out because
shame.
there's elements of robotics and software engineering, whereas maybe software engineering I've got ticked, but the robotics part of it.
I think that so remember when I've spoken about in varsity we had different streams that you could study.
Yes.
And then there was one called IIS and computer systems engineering. So they would build like an actual robot.
Oh, okay.
Like or even a car, like and then they would control it and like they would build it from scratch. So I think it has to do with that.
With that. So those people would move into this type of role.
Probably. So I just used to see them. They would be carrying like 2 boxes and every time and just like. I also think
Interesting.
engineers would because remember engineers studied coding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And apparently their coding is like more
Better
difficult than
and-
ours. This is why they get the
The
jobs.
roles.
And you'd be so shocked that like, why didn't you just go study software or computer science? Guys,
But I think there's
engineers just
method.
go fix electricity and mechanicals.
There's
go
method to their badness, I think.
Ne?
Yeah.
But anyways, so and then the requirements would be or the skills would be workflow design, scripting, process mapping. The tools, I've never heard of any of these. It is UiPath,
Okay.
Loop Prism, and like a tool called Automation Anywhere.
Okay.
I don't know, I should look at that. Languages, funny enough, VBNet.
Who still uses VB.net, guys?
VB.net.
But I did study VB.net, so maybe I could go into that.
Maybe you could go into that and
But I
Python
haven't used it in
sometimes.
such a long time.
And then there is a certification called UiPath RPA Developer Advanced that you could take up. And experience in business analysis or operation is actually helpful.
Interesting.
It's quite an interesting role.
It is. It sounds very interesting, you know.
So if you are looking to get into it.
And something different, actually.
Yeah, all the best.
All right. Cloud solution architects.
Our favorite.
Our favorite people who don't want to come to our show.
Go on. Yeah.
Sorry. Let me continue. So the focus is designing cloud infrastructure for scalability. Again, easily changeable system for scalability, for performance, and for security. In terms of the skills required, infrastructure is code, networking, security, cloud cost optimization. So basically, hardware and software
Okay.
needs to play a role somewhere. And then in terms of the platforms that you could use for this, it could be, I think it's all cloud platforms, AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud, or GCP as it. Also, GCP is Google Cloud. All right. In terms of certification, AWS Solutions Architect or Azure Architect Expert, and then a number experience 3 to 7 years in IT or cloud roles. So again, I don't think it's a straight path to it, but if you've had a role in a cloud setup, you are cool. Or if you've got 3 to 7 years in IT, and when they say IT, I'm not sure if they mean the hardware side or the software side. Not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's an interesting role.
Yeah.
Then the next one is a DPO or a data privacy officer or a data protection officer. So these, I think, is like related to cybersecurity.
Cyber, yeah.
So they focus on managing data compliance and privacy practices within organizations. So to think, there's so many roles out there. Like, guys, you could literally become anything. Anything. And like there are now with AI, there's so many roles that are coming up. Exactly.
Yes.
Like you could become an AI compliance
engineer,
officer.
Yes.
Even to check
For
that
ethics.
Exactly, for ethics. There's an AI ethicist or something to check that, okay, are we compliant with AI, the stuff that we are asking ChatGPT, chat or Copilot, are we not are we not sending passwords, are we data governance and all of those things. Oh man, you could become anything, Only the sky's the limit. But anyways, the requirement is legal compliance. So some law there. Data governance, privacy impact assessments, and the knowledge that you need is you would need like maybe knowledge on the POPIA Act.
Interesting.
There's GDPR, I don't know what that is, but that's for
EU countries,
and then the US would be HIPAA. But well, anyways, focusing here, you need cybersecurity basics. Certifications would include a CIPM or CDPO, and experience. You could have experience in IT risk management, legal or security. So by security, we mean
I wonder if someone who
IT
studied
security.
someone who studied law, do you think they'd be well placed in that role?
Yes, they can, because I know someone studied.
I think we've had someone who studied law.
No, but she Rosang studied law, but she did something else.
Okay.
But you can, if you studied law, I know someone who studied law and they are in cybersecurity.
Oh yes.
So they just had to take up a course, like just to make sure that they are aligned. But they know the practices. So you study law from a technology perspective.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Right, so those are the roles that you could be looking into if you're interested, and maybe if you would like more information about it, just drop a comment below and we will get you an expert to answer all those questions. We have interesting guests coming up very soon, a UI UX designer, a cybersecurity analyst.
Hopefully a cloud.
And a cloud.
Architects.
Tobeka has beef anyways.
No, I don't.
It's just fine.
It's just the fact that
no, Tobeka, stop.
Okay.
We have a cloud. Yes, let's go back. And then now we want to look at certifications. Most of these certifications are free certifications that you can take up, and we'll give you the platforms on where to do those. So the first one being Microsoft. Microsoft has a lot of free certifications that you can take up. Also, I attended a Microsoft event last year late. They are on a journey to employ and make sure that people are certified. I think 1 million young South Africans to make sure that they are certified and put them in, like, find jobs for them. So they have a program with, is it Gibela or something? Gibela, yeah.
Okay.
So maybe you can just search Gibela X Microsoft, and then you'll find information around there and the certifications that you can take. But that one is not free though.
It's not free.
Yeah, but you can get more information on maybe a certification because they were offering some discounts, so people can.
I think they have opened up for free certifications, but we can check it out and confirm.
So a free one specifically that you can look up is the Microsoft Azure Fundamentals, the AZ900. You can look at that at the Microsoft Learn. The focus is cloud computing, Azure services, pricing, security, and everything cloud related, but from an Azure perspective, of course.
Okay.
And it's free learning content and sometimes offers a free exam voucher through events or cloud skill challenges. So even if you go on LinkedIn, there are like a lot of organizations or platforms that are offering free AWS or
Or
Microsoft certifications. So just be on the lookout for that. And these are good for cloud beginners, aspiring DevOps, or a data engineer even. So yeah.
Interesting. So we move on to IBM Skills Builder. Again, I think they offer some free. So just look it up, IBM Skill Builder. This is for IT and data science foundations. The platform itself is called IBM Skill Build. And then the focus is on data science, cybersecurity, cloud computing, and any soft skills and job readiness. In terms of certification, yes, you get free badge certifications. And this is good for youth. So if you're still deciding what you want to do or you're in varsity, go for it. If you want to switch up careers, so career switches, and early professional. If you're still at a junior level, apply for these certificates. But again, I think everyone should.
Yeah.
It should not be limited to juniors or starters. Everyone should try and get certification. You never know when you will need it or when you'll have the advantage because of your certification.
True. I think also having, I think IBM or like having an IBM certificate is like an advantage because not a lot of people have IBM skills. And IBM is a platform. Also, I've worked with IBM in the past. So it's not a lot of people that know IBM.
Okay.
So it can be at an advantage. Some organizations still use it. Some organizations are against it. But it's
Are they
something
against
to know.
it or they just don't need it in there?
Thing is, it has too many complications.
Okay.
And most of the time, I think IBM, the company itself or whatever, they don't just... I think it's expensive one, and the maintenance behind it is...
Okay.
I'm not too sure because I'm speaking from experience from a previous team that I worked with. I think there was an issue with licensing, and not fully maintaining everything ourselves, so you don't have like full rights.
Control.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was kind of that vibe.
Makes
so maybe
sense.
that's why. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Okay.
And then there's also LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning, you can learn like anything and everything. And I've never done it. You've done it, ne?
I've done it, but as part of my postgrad course. So we had like they had opened some courses for us that we could do.
And how was it?
It's good. It's got enough information. It's lengthy, but they also obviously open up for free courses now.
There's a lot of free.
Mindfulness. You can do a lot.
There's anything. I think you can even learn cooking there. Like there's anything. Are the certifications though?
Yes, some of them. Yes, you do get certification. For example, we were doing maths because we're doing finance, a finance course. So it was maths and
yeah. So there's also that LinkedIn Learning.
Yes.
You can just we'll put the link below. Maybe
yes. I think if we have links to all these
things, we'll
sites,
put them on the.
Let's put them there so people can explore.
Yeah, we'll put them in the description, and then you guys can go have a look. You see how much we love you. Doing this for free.
Okay. Done with that one.
Yes.
All right. So AWS Skill Builder. So AWS has opened a free tier for learning, and the platform is AWS Skill Builder. This is a focus on cloud computing, AWS service architecture, security, and a whole lot more. So this includes free foundational courses like AWS Practitioner Essentials. This one is great for beginners, but again, you don't have to be a beginner, get certified somewhere, somehow. There's AWS Technical Essentials. And then in terms of certification, on the specific platform, you'll probably get free digital badges, which are not total certification, but you could get ready for the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner exam. So if you go through the learnings on the AWS Skill Builder, then you prepare yourself to write the actual exam, which then certifies you as a AWS Cloud practitioner. And then in terms of bonuses, AWS often runs challenges that give free exam vouchers. So get onto those challenges. AWS Cloud Quest is one of them. Skill Builder Challenges is another one. Get onto those so that you can get free vouchers. So the exam itself is not free and it's not cheap. So if you can do these challenges to get the free exam, perfect for you. And then again, it's best for beginners to cloud and those preparing for AWS certification. Again, I stay away from the beginner side and say, everyone, if you want to get certified, get an advantage from another person applying for the same role, I'd say go for it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm Googling something fast.
What?
Okay, so we also want to share some events that are happening soon in the month of, a lot of them, will be in the month of August, some whenever. So, yeah.
And I think for us sharing the events, again, remember, as tech people, we sometimes sit at our desk and that's all we want to do, but it's always good to network. You never know, you might meet your next boss.
Of
you
course.
might meet your mentor. You might meet your coach. You might meet a friend who will help you along the journey. So this is why we are sharing these events, so that you go get yourself out there, network, and, yeah.
Okay, so.
All right. So the first one is the Girl Code Summit. Girl Code as an organization is helping young people learn how to code. They run different workshops where they are teaching different coding skills. I know they have an age limit in terms of their workshops of the age of 35, but for the Girl Code Summit, there is no age limit except that you cannot be under the age of 18. So you have to be 18 years and older. The summit is taking place on the 27th of August, and the theme that they're going with is building allies in tech. Again, building a network within the tech space or people who will vouch for you in the tech space. It is a paid for event, so it's not free. You do have to register on their website. The cost is $2,500. It is quite pricey, but maybe you can get a sponsor or in your company motivate why you should go to the Girl Code Summit, and maybe they can assist you. The worst they can say is no, we cannot help you, and it's okay. Maybe you'll catch it next year.
Yeah. I was part of Girl Code for like a week or 2 weeks.
Is it?
Yeah.
So you attended one of their workshops?
Not workshops. I was like part of the program.
Okay, explain.
But because it was COVID times, it was online.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't think that it was like a thing.
A serious thing.
Yeah, because it was online. I applied. They took me. I was just like, maybe all we were doing is learning, because then we were learning AWS. So I thought, man, it's just an AWS thing. But because I was also doing my boot camp at the time, and the times would clash. So it felt like I'm at work, I'm doing my internship, and the class is going on. I'd attend the class. So I'd be like, you know what? And then I just quit. I remember them following up. I was like, man. Yeah, because I didn't think much of it. But, they're able to place people in jobs and even financial institutions now. So it's just quite great.
Yeah.
Right, the next event that would be happening on the 25th of October is the FETI Digital Futures Summit. It is empowering the next wave of data, AI, and cybersecurity trailblazers. It is founded by Boitumelo Makgoba. Am I saying his name correctly?
It's me.
So it is founded by Boitumelo, who we will have.
Yes, hopefully soon.
Hopefully
so
soon.
we have had her as part of Tech Sister for a CSI project.
Yes.
So hopefully we can have her on board so that she can share more details on this.
Of course.
Plus other things.
Yes. So she is the founder of the FETI Digital technology, Feti Data Technologies. So it is happening on the 25th of October. I don't know if it's still free. It was free to register until the 25th of July. So, but maybe the tickets are not that pricey. So maybe you guys can have a look. It is happening in Johannesburg. There is a lot of speakers. There's a great agenda. So please do register. We will also be there. So
If you want to meet us,
if you wanna. So yeah, the Feti Digital Summit is coming up also.
Okay, cool. And then the AWS Summit,
Of
the
course.
most loved, the most loved event, you know. So this time it's taking place on the 20th of August, covering topics such as Gen AI, cloud technology, data, and there's different expert sessions that you can join. And it's very great for networking. Trust me, we were there last year. It was packed. Hopefully this year they'll control the numbers a bit. It is a free event, but you do have to register. So make sure you register before they close the registrations so that you don't get disappointed when the time comes and you want to enter at the event and then you can't enter even though it's free. So it is a free event. It's a lovely event to network and to learn about the different things that are happening at AWS in terms of the cloud, certifications that you can do. Like there's so much there, and they do give food as well. So do attend.
Yes. There's a lot of food, hey. There's
a lot.
There's a lot of food.
Like
so
what's the word? You replenish every
so I think you should attend. So I'm gonna move on to the SciSec Africa. I'm still trying to find the proper women in tech one. But okay.
Okay.
So the SciSec Africa is for cybersecurity. It is happening on the 7th of August. So that's like very soon. At the what Convention Center. I don't know how to pronounce it again. Q-Tuba Convention Center. I've never heard of that actually. In Sandton.
It's always Sandton Convention Center.
Yeah, it's always Sandton Convention Center. So there's another convention center that is happening. That it will be happening on the 7th of August. So it is a SciSec. So it is the Summit and Awards for Cybersecurity. So yeah.
Right. So strangely, there's another one happening on the 7th of August. So August is busy, guys.
August is
Even
very
I
busy.
myself have committed to so many things, being Women's Month.
Yes.
So there's a IT Web Cloud and Data Center Summit.
Okay.
It's taking place on the 7th of August, and it speaks to cloud, FinOps, data center compliance, and innovation. This one is also a free event. Again, you do have to register. We'll again put the link to register down below. Hopefully the registrations haven't closed. We didn't go that far in terms of checking, but we will put the registration links so that you maybe check it out and see if it's still open and go through. You know, I believe there will be food as well. I've never attended it.
Be.
Go there, learn, network. Is what I will say.
Okay. So then there is also the Women in Tech Summit and Awards that's coming up. So there's the summit and then there's the awards. So I'm trying to find the proper
correct one.
the correct one, because there's the global one and then there's the Africa one, and I know it's happening in Johannesburg.
It's in Johannesburg. The awards are in Joburg. Last year they were in Cape Town.
Yes. So this year they are in. Oh, actually, no. The awards have passed.
No,
They haven't.
the awards haven't passed.
Oh, they are in
the
Joburg.
awards, yes, the awards are in Joburg. I think they cost 2,500. I think I did check.
Yes.
I think they cost 2,500. Yeah.
18th of September at the Avianto Hotel in Johannesburg. So you would have nominated people by the 10th of July, but it's fine. And these are people that have already been, who have won the South African Award. So now this is an African one. So yeah, book your tickets, go there. I think it's going to be nice. Imagine, and again, because Women in Tech has partnered with so many people, including organizations like APSA and Telkom and Microsoft. So there will be like,
A
great,
lot.
exactly, a great woman. Imagine like sitting. We had Tehofato. She is part of the Women in Tech organization, and she spoke about the importance of networking at these events, that you sit there with like trailblazers and great women like CIOs of organizations. So I think it would be great to attend. So yeah.
And then in terms of the summit itself, I think it's also the 7th of August.
Okay.
That one will confirm properly. That one is happening at the JSE offices.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
so that one is happening at the JSE offices. I think the cost of the ticket is from like 450, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we'll put the proper details below. We
description,
just, didn't have a chance to get to that. So yeah, and then there's the day before the summits that we saw.
Oh yes,
What is it called? Housewarming. You must check that out. Find it on LinkedIn and then see if you're keen. It's happening in Midrand. Yeah,
there's like a pre-party for the AWS summit that's happening. Yes. It will be in Midrand, where everyone lives. But anyways,
yeah.
So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode and find it useful and informative, because that is what we try to do. But other than that, anything from your side?
Can I correct something? Okay, so for Cloud Solutions Architect, we are struggling to find someone who wants to be in the show
because
cameras. They are very afraid of the camera. So if you are a Cloud Solutions Architect out there and you would like to share your expertise and share with someone out there young who's wants to get into the tech space, please do drop a comment below so that we can have you on the show. And yeah, man.
And also, if people maybe like someone like is keen on like, oh, I'd like to share something. Guys, there's literally 3 of us here, hey? It's the editor and us.
Yes.
No one else.
There's a guest, there's a 4th person, and we're literally having a conversation. Trust me.
Like,
we literally speak as if we are having coffee and just chatting. There's no pressure.
Really no pressure. I remember when we first shot our first episode in this studio. We're at Scent Studios. And we had Ndibu, and she was just looking. I'm like, is she gonna be here the whole time? So imagine, like, I was shy thinking, and I'm hosting this podcast, and I was shy looking at Ndibu thinking, oh my gosh, this lady is going to listen to our us. And I remember thinking, I had 2 takes, and like, can I try again? Because I was so nervous. But it's just us having conversations.
Yep.
And like, take it as if we went to a restaurant.
We are friends. We are at a restaurant having
and we're having
coffee,
and we're asking you, so how did you get into this role?
Easy.
Why this role? We don't ask you where you work, how much you earn, unless you want to tell us.
We don't want to know about your company. You don't have to share company details.
Unless you want to tell us how much you earn.
I don't want to know, honestly.
But yeah, that is it from us. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And until next time, bye.
Bye.